I'm going to say this with high conviction, that undeniably developing the skill to debate and disagree well is the most important and underutilised skill within senior leadership teams. Now, what do I mean by this? I mean the ability to disagree respectfully without getting defensive. I mean create an environment where dissent becomes normalised. I mean the ability to challenge but with care. I mean the ability to argue your point assertively whilst also integrating different ideas. Now, it kind of sounds easy, doesn't it? Well, it's one of the things that I see missing the most. And I relate to this because I spent most of my life avoiding conflict. I was a world-class people pleaser, always trying to avoid the risk of being thrown out of a group, always terrified that I wasn't in keeping with this identity of being the nice boy. Thanks, Mum. The reason why this is important is the risk that it carries when we avoid conflict. Unintended consequences, half-baked decisions, and most importantly, I guess, losing talent, frustration, disengagement. And a lot of this is spirited in the right way. It's all well-intended. All I hear about is we need to create aligned teams. We need to create harmonious teams. We need to create happy families. But that's just not my lived experience of working with high-performing teams. It's quite different from that. And I guess the point is that when you bring together individuals, you've got different attitudes, perspectives, beliefs, values, different ways of seeing the world. So inherently, you've got difference, and difference brings about disagreement. But you don't often see the disagreement because it's hidden underneath the surface, because people are often too scared to speak up, or perhaps they don't know or have developed the skill to be able to do so. So I'm really passionate now to help teams develop a high-performance culture, to build a culture of continuous improvement, through developing the ability to disagree better to make better decisions. And the only way that we can improve this, yes, of course, we can develop the skills to know how to communicate during a disagreement, learn how to develop the ability to be emotionally wounded when we hear something that we disagree with, develop the right mindset so that we shift away from arguments being about winners and losers, but how do we develop a winning mindset so that we're working towards a common objective? And of course, leadership behaviours are really important. But I'd say the single biggest shift that I've seen in creating sustainable performance environments in this topic of working through conflicts more productively is structure. How do we create structured spaces for debate and disagreement? How do we create the conditions for honesty, candour, dissent, debate, healthy argument? How do we create space for those healthy ideas to collide and create heat and friction to lead to better decisions and better outcomes? So if you resonate with any of this, please feel free to get in touch. We run facilitated sessions to help teams solve problems and tensions whilst also teaching them the skills to disagree better and argue better. And also we do a method whereby we would teach managers and leaders and change makers to actually embed this across the organisation.